My name is retired Major Anthony Smith. I'm also a Grand Master in martial arts. I train in several disciplines and styles. I train in Taekwondo, Karate, Combat Jiu-Jitsu, and Krav Maga are the main things that I teach within my dojo. But before I get started, I have one of my Gold Star mothers here with me. Back in June of 2006, she lost her son in Afghanistan, and I was part of a group called the Travis Foundation, and I was looking for a purpose to start playing golf again. Ain't there something? And Travis Foundation called me up and said, well, to be part of Travis Foundation, you have to represent and find your Gold Star mother. So I was having that little attitude you have, so shoot, I feel like golfing then, And so I was sitting at a table, and Miss Paula's name came up. And I said, and I started looking over her son's history, how he wanted to be in martial art movies, and I'm like, oh, I see how this works. So I adopted her as my mother to represent everything. So anytime you look at any of my things that I participate in, my full name is Anthony Lamar Smith, but you'll see on a lot of my stuff, you'll say Anthony Justin Smith. Well, Justin was her son, and that's why I represent him in everything that I do. I never could wear one of the bands on my arm because of some of the injuries I had, so I couldn't wear it. So I put him down as my middle name, and everybody always asks to give me a good reason to talk about it. So I'm gonna ask Miss Paula to stand up, and I want y'all to give her a standing applause. You don't say like, thank God, we'll give you here and walk. So, I love my Gold Star mothers. Come on up, I gotta take the mic out. You only got one hand. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to say that when I met Anthony, he just embodies everything that my son stood for. His goal was to become an actor. He was going to be the next Jet Li. And I look at Anthony and all he does, I can see my son in him. And ever since I've met him, we've had this connection. My son, he was my only child. And when I see Anthony and all that he does, I see so much of my son in him. And I'm just so glad he represents the Gold Star mothers and families, those who have lost their loved ones, they're all given the ultimate sacrifice. So I was happy to be here because I live in the area where he told me he was going to be here. I was so excited. I didn't care if it was snow, ice, or whatever. I was going to be here to see him. So I'm so happy that he invited me and let me know he was going to be here. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Honor the living as well as the fallen.
And so we thank her for all that she does as well. We have awesome Gold Star mothers, Blue Star mothers, and fathers as well that represent us and take care of us. When we're down, I'm not always this jipper, so a lot of times they give me back jipper. When it don't take that much to give me back jipper, they'll just remind me, hey, you could have been dead. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We're back where we started. But I know hopefully it don't offend none of y'all, but my higher power is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If it offends you, but there's the door. I'm not going to change my mind, but I won't make you find Jesus. But just in case your stuff ain't working, he worked out really good for me. April 24th of 2004, I was at Camp Taji, Iraq, and I took a direct hit from a rock-propelled grenade, went straight through the right side of my body. All the training that we went through, I continued to stand up and try to fight. Took 4 50 cal rounds through my body. Then they dropped a mortar right in front of me that threw me into a concrete wall. The medics and everyone tried to resuscitate me at the time, gave me a field tray, didn't work, so they placed me in a body bag. 45 minutes later, they realized that I was attached to the unit. They didn't know who I really was, so they were looking for my dog tags. So Nurse Davenport came along, unzipped the body bag. I sat up and asked for help, and I really believe she just shot out to go find some help at the time. So She gets to the doctor and tells the doctor, there's a body sitting up in the body bag out here. And the doctor said, yeah, that happens sometime. Push it back into the body bag and zip it up. And she said, but this one's talking. And this was before The Walking Dead too, so everybody was in shock. So they get me on the table, never took me out of the body bag, just placed me on the table, started working on me, and then realized they gave me the wrong blood. Sent my body into a shock, and I went into a coma. Not expecting to wake up out of the coma. 62 days later, I wake up. And I had been in a coma so long that they had to induce the coma for another 14 days because I was having too many seizures, because there wasn't enough oxygen that was going to my brain. After those 14 days, I got up and I started getting back in shape again, started doing things that I need to do to move forward. Had a psychiatrist come in and wanted to talk to me about having PTSD and all that type of stuff. I told him I don't too much know about PTSD, but I do know Jesus, who is the author, and finished on my face, so I don't have enough time to be sad. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, so I found my purpose and started working from there. And I had extensive amount of injuries that made a lot of people concerned, so I had TBI level 2. I have enough oxygen to my brain. I lost part of my brain and have a plate in my head. My cerebellum's kind of messed up a little bit. I'm trying not to make sure nobody's computer falls here. I was blind in my right eye. My jaw was broken 5 different places. I got something holding my mouth together. Lost hearing in my right ear. Have a thyroid deal going on because of the way they put the trach in. Lost my right arm, which is the most obvious. I lost my right kidney, part of my colon, my full right hip. And I know some of y'all was looking at me limping, and I know some of y'all didn't even know there was anything going on, because I know most of y'all think that's how most of us black guys walk anyway. Both of my knees are blown out. My ankles are blown out. I have every type of arthritis you could think of. Because I received the wrong blood, I'm type 2 diabetic right now. But in everything that was going on, I just believed that if I was alive, there had to be a reason for me to be alive with everything that I was going through. So I started searching out and looking for things to do to get myself going. And on top of that, there was a lot of people out there trying to help me, but they didn't try to help me. They was more like wanted to use me like a platform more than try to help me. So I did not really trust in organizations. And then Challenge Athlete came along and they said, like, what do you want to do? So I was trying to be a little sarcastic with them. I said, I want to start back riding bikes again. And they're like, okay. So they sent me this bike. And it's like a $5,000 bike sponsored by the Armstrong guy. I don't even know who Armstrong is, but they told me he was like a real popular guy. So I started cycling again, started getting back in shape, trying to get ready for the Olympics, trying to swim my best. And then I jumped into a swimming pool that they told me was 6 feet deep, but it was only 3 feet deep. And what they didn't know is I also have a T7 spinal cord injury that caused me paraplegic, but I'm incomplete because I can walk a little bit. So I don't feel my right leg. So when I jumped into the pool thinking it was 6 feet and it was only 3 feet, this leg bent, but this leg didn't. So the rod in my leg shot up out of my body, but I didn't know it because I don't feel nothing on that side. So I swam the 200 melody and came in 3rd place. And then one of my friends came up to me and said, hey, Anthony, that was an awesome swim, but you didn't have an accident in the pool, did you? And I'm like, no, everything's intact. I don't remember, and he said, well, you're leaving a trail. And I'm like, look back and I'm like, oh my God, so we thought it was something else. They pulled me out of the swimming pool and take my Speedo off, blood goes everywhere, rod sticking out of my leg. They had to clear the pool out. I didn't get to go to the Olympics. And so I just started making my goal to try to fight back to get to the Olympics again. Where they told me I could never get in the pool again. So I said, there's more Olympic Games stuff out there. So I started golfing, I started doing triathlons, and I started completing sprint triathlon, completed half of my Ironman, and I just kept going and going and going. And one of the biggest things I tried to come up with was that you can't keep a good man down no matter how hard you try. So no matter what went on, I just kept on saying, I'm a good man, I gotta make it, I'm a good man. And when I didn't make it, I started telling myself not to let situations dictate my outcome. So as I started getting back into martial arts, I started doing Tai Chi. I started eating better. I know it don't look like I eat better, but I'm healthy on the inside. And I keep growing and I keep building on all the things that surround me. And so I run into this guy named Roger. I really don't want to talk to him because he's like from the Air Force type deal. And you know what we think about the Air Force, right? Army, Marines, you know. So, but he steps in and he just say, hey, we want to help you out. And so I have like bodyguards now that protect me and stuff. So he calls to the VA and said, hey, we want to help sponsor this guy. They say, yeah, right. And they like hang up on him. Come to find out it took him like a few months, so they let him talk to me because they want to make sure it's for real. And he was for real. And, there's a vitamin pack that's going around. It's got my picture on it during one of my martial arts forums. If y'all have not voted yet, vote for me. Vitamin pack, help me win. All right. So we have that vitamin pack that helps all us soldiers that get out there, and that money goes all the way back to helping us in Paralympics, pay for rooms, because we're not pros, so we have to come up with our own money. So the key to being successful, no matter where it's in life, in business, church, family, you have to be able to have a good support base. I'm telling you, if your wife don't support you, you're gonna get a divorce. Just letting you know. If you don't support your wife, it ends a divorce. You don't help the company, but it's hard. You ain't a team player. Gotta be a team player. Yeah. So all that stuff comes into play. I know it on both ends. And that's why I thank God put me in the position here. When I was in the hospital, going through my 135th operation, you guys said, dang, how you remember that one so good? Let me tell you why. I was married then. And I came out of the operating room, all right, and my wife, ex-wife, left the rings on the table and said she didn't sign up for this. Left it right there. Don't worry about it. Watch this though. When you keep the faith, I got this thing that says life sucks. But before you say life sucks, the S used to be an F. But I changed to an S because I'm trying to be Christian. All right? So the S stands for to walk in the Spirit. The U stands for never give up. The C stood for count your blessing. The K stands for keep the faith. And the S stood for to stand tall in battle. So guys always tell me like, man, you always find something to talk about. I said, well, if my wife left, you know how many women there are in the world? You know what I'm saying? And then, so I married my nurse, all right? So her birthday coming up, July 17th, and I love her dearly. She married me when I didn't have nothing, so she get to bless that I got everything now. So we had a son. You ready for it, Roger? This is the big one. Roger always like me to tell y'all this story. Well, before I got married, I had a vasectomy. Okay. I told y'all to relax. Well, y'all been tight all that time?
Yeah.
Oh, am I look threatening? Oh, sweet. So I had a vasectomy. So when I got injured, and I married my new beautiful wife. Y'all got that on video, right? So I always tell people, we're happily married. I said, well, at least I am. I was on this hand cycle ride at Boston Marathon. My mom calls me. She said, Anthony, don't get mad. I said, no, I'm getting mad. So, why would my mom call and say, don't get mad? She said, Tamika's pregnant. I'm like, ha ha! The boy's number 2 on the way, baby. Because I had a vasectomy. I don't know how she got pregnant. And see, she had the house worrying, trying to figure out how she got pregnant too, because she know I had a vasectomy. That's what I'm hoping she was pregnant. All right, so when everything was going on, so they put me through this little counseling thing. I go get checked out, go see the doctor. The doctor says, we're calling Braylon our miracle baby, who's 8 years old now. And he said, man, I don't know who told you couldn't have no kids. I was like, why? He said, because one side is hooked up. You got like the sperm count of like a 30-year-old. I was like, no, I had a vasectomy. So I called Brook Army Medical Center. They said like, oh man, we didn't know you had a vasectomy. You were so messed up on the inside. We just hooked everything back up that we could. So I tell them all the time, the military tried to kill me 3 times and they tried to give me 2 divorces. So now there you go.
All right, ready?
Yeah. So, about to make this break. Ooh, that joke is hard too. We're supposed to got common board. This is supposed to be white pine. That's not white pine. All right, so y'all holding on back there? This might take 2 whacks. All right. So with all that being said, those that catch it on, I'd like my team to stand up. That's Roger that's standing there, Mike that's over there. Where did Maggie go? Maggie, those are people that keep me going, keep me out doing the things that I do. And I want y'all to continue to pray for us, continue to take us high. There's some broke boys up here. Y'all want them signed, let me know. You have to find a mark, I'll sign them for you. And put nice things on there. But I want y'all to remember, I'm not the only one out there with an awesome story. You know, I just one of the ones that had the opportunity to have an awesome story. And I know a lot of y'all might say, like, why haven't we ever heard of this guy before? Well, I'm sorry, I took this thing with God that I said if I get famous, it ain't gonna be because I went and did something. If y'all wanna make me famous, I'll do it that way. But I'm not gonna run around writing big books and getting on Oprah and all that. Now, if Oprah called me now, yeah. But my thing isn't about fame, it's really about helping all veterans get to where they need to be. That's my thing. In the disabled world, they made me a trading card that just like broke my heart. So no matter where we go, they call me A-Train. And if y'all didn't know, I know y'all know my name's Anthony. A-Train does not stand for Anthony. It stands for awesome. Y'all pray our strength in the Lord.